My name is Cheryl Hotchkiss. I'm the Women's Rights Campaigner with Amnesty Canada. I'm here to talk to you today about an action in support of our USA report called Maze of Injustice, Sexual Violence Against Native American and Alaska Native Women. In May of 2007, Amnesty International released a report on sexual violence against Native American and Alaska Native women. And that report documented an unprecedented amount of sexual violence that was taking place against Native American and Alaska Native women. And part of that report outlined some of the government's own statistics around this, that Native American women and Alaska Native women are 2.5 times more likely to experience sexual violence than other women in the United States. As well, Native American women are 1 in every 3 Native American women is very likely to experience sexual violence as well. But the most striking thing about this is the fact that when the report was released, most government officials at every level were surprised, even though it was their own statistics that were telling them the story. And Amnesty International's report provided an opportunity for Native American women and Alaska Native women to speak, to have their voices heard. What happened after that report was released was quite amazing. They were asked to, the researchers of Amnesty's report and those that they had documented were asked to go to government meetings, go to government hearings, speak to media. And one of the most striking things was that the American public reacted really strongly in support of the women who experienced sexual violence and were shocked at what was going on in their own country. In one case, a blogger created a site that raised over $20,000 for Pretty Bird Woman House, which was a shelter that was about to close on one of the reserves that was in Amnesty's report. But letter writing is really critical on this, even though the reaction in May was quite substantial and positive, because we must remind the authorities that the change is not just in the first reaction and everybody being sympathetic to the situation, but actually changing policy. Because it's the fact that the perpetrators of the violence can get away with the violence that makes it continue to happen. And what needs to happen is that the various levels of government need to start taking responsibility. In many cases, cases of sexual violence are passed, and one saying it's not their job, it's somebody else's job, and that has to stop. What also has to stop is that police have to investigate these things promptly. In many cases, because it's in a rural area, the police don't respond or are very slow to respond. And one of the other most immediate things, which is what we're asking you to write letters about right now, is that Native American women and Alaska Native women must have immediate access to forensic examinations. That evidence is absolutely critical to ensuring that there's a case that can be brought before the courts and that these women can get justice. Without those, justice doesn't exist. And we need you to write letters to tell the government you have to do something and you have to do it now.